Hey BookTube, this is day 4 of the book Buddyathon.
I'm Jen and I talk about audiobooks, and today is day 4, but I didn't get a chance to vlog yesterday, so I thought I'd tell you about what I read yesterday, today, and then I'll tell you tonight about what I read today. I finished up My Lady Jane by Brodi, Ashton, Jodi, Meadows, and Cynthia Hand yesterday, narrated by Catherine Kellgren. Catherine Kellgren was brilliant. The way this woman could go just seamlessly from one accent to the next, and one character to the next was amazing. This is the retelling of Lady Jane Grey, who was Queen of England for 9 days. She is the 9-day queen. I forget who told me that. One of you told me that, and forgive me for forgetting your name. I'll put it here on the screen, but thank you for telling me that, because I'm always unclear on how long she was queen. Well, now I know, the 9-day queen. Well, this book is so cute because it's told very much in the style of The Princess Bride. It has a very much of a Princess Bride kind of a vibe to it. And the narrators kind of jump in and out at various times and will say, okay, well, up to this point, we followed the history pretty closely, but now we're going to jump off into fictional territory. But they say it in such a clever way. And so much of the dialogue is very sweet. And it's a cute romance between a guy who turns into a horse every evening or every day, and then he's himself every evening. Jane has to marry him. It's a world where people are divided between the Effians and the Verities. And the Verities are people who don't turn into creatures at will or at various times or whenever. I think it's the kind of thing that you have to learn how to control. And the Verities are the ones that can't. I'm sorry, did I say that? The Effians are the ones that can, and then the Verities are the ones that can't. And there's kind of a debate as to, which one is better, and the Verities kind of all want to get rid of the Effians because they think that they are a scourge on the earth and all that kind of thing. So, oh my gosh. But anyway, I finished that. It was great. I gave it 4 stars, and I really liked it. Catherine Kellgren was amazing. So then I picked up Two Summers by Aimee Friedman, narrated by Frankie Corzo. And I couldn't get my iPod to work for some reason. This is an iPhone 4S, so it's starting to get glitchy a little bit. So because I couldn't get it to come through my earbuds, which are charging, or I don't know what was up with the sound, but I switched over to A Million Junes by Emily Henry. This is narrated by Julia Whelan, and I was iffy on Julia Whelan, but you know what? She is amazing. And this is an amazing book. I loved Emily Henry's debut novel, which was The Love That Split the World, and I read that recently. This just came out, or maybe it's just about to come out. I can't remember. I got it from Penguin Audio, and the writing is just so good. I'm really impressed with Emily Henry. So I've been listening to that, and I will probably finish that today because I've got to drive across the state of North Carolina. Right now I'm in Raleigh, and I have to go to the beach, and that's about 3 hours from here. And I'll probably shop my way there. I will see you later today, let you know just how incredible A Million Junes is, unless it takes a turn for the worse. And yeah, I'll just talk to you then.
I have had a great day of listening. I had a little bit of time this morning to do some listening, and I went and did my thing in the town where I was. Got in the car, drove a couple of hours, got some really great listening time in then. And this book is fantastic. This book is definitely magical realism. It is a contemporary story about 2 people. There's a girl who is the 4th in a line of Jack O'Donnells. She's just named that because she's the 4th one. She has a great-grandfather, a grandfather, her dad, and then her. And her house where she lives sits on a thin space, in that this world and the next world kind of bleed into each other. And also there is another family that she has been told her whole life that she needs to stay away from, that the two families cannot ever cross paths because when they do, very bad things happen. And so one evening she's at a carnival with her best friend, and she runs into this guy who has been away at college, but now he's back, and he is from this other family. And so they kind of get thrown together at this carnival because her best friend is with this other guy who is the cousin of the guy from the other family. And so they begin to kind of start a conversation and start talking and start thinking about why they've been told to stay away from each other. So the book goes on from there, and it really does explore grief and vengeance and bitterness and whether or not you can trust what you know about a person, and memory, and getting to know a person, the whole person, through memory. It's the combination of the magical elements with the contemporary elements are just wonderful. I cannot rave enough about this book. It's so good. It really is just so good. I love the way that Emily Henry has the ability to use imagery that just communicates these ideas so well. I'm really impressed with her. So I'm going to be sad for this one to end, although I have to say I am listening to it at 1.5 times the speed because it works for the narration style with Julia Whalen. I go hot and cold on her, but I'm definitely going hot this time because it's so good. Now the story obviously is really good too, but she's doing a great French accent for the character of the main character's mother, and some other just accents here and there. She's just doing a great job with it. After this, I may pick up Alchemists of Loom by Elise Kova, but probably not. That is narrated by Tim Campbell and Aaron Moon. But I think probably what I'm going to do is go back to Two Summers by Aimee Friedman, which is narrated by Frankie Corzo. I may have to reload that onto this, but I'll do that after I finish A Million Junes. Now, A Million Junes is the book that Michaela from Love Michaela Eve, who is my buddy, she picked that for me from 3 books that I said, I like these 3, you pick one. And she is now reading Just Dreaming by Kirsten Gier, which is the book I picked for her from her list of 3. So we're both reading those books at the same time. I don't think I'm going to pick up Just Dreaming because it is the 3rd in the Silver Trilogy by Kirsten Gier. So I'm trying to read a lot of the same books that Michaela is reading, but she has already finished Two Summers, so I probably will try and dive into that. If you've read any of these books, you know I always want to know what you thought of them because I value your opinions. So let me know, and I will check back in with you tomorrow and let you know how things are going. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week. This is only Tuesday, actually. Gosh, we are really early on in the week. I have a lot of week left. We may have to add some books in, Michaela and I, because she speeds through them like wildfire. She'll just blow through a book in a day, and I'm like, wait, I have to catch up. She said she's taking her time, though, with Just Dreaming, which is good because, we're going to be able to catch up with each other with regard to the books that we're reading, and we're getting a lot of them done, so... Anyway, I'll check back in with you tomorrow, and so until then, thanks for watching.